the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, June the 20th. We've got a great sports betting day ahead of us here on Saturday, coming off the big Friday there. What a day it was on Friday, wasn't it? It seems like, it was still just less than 24 hours ago, but it seems forever ago that the United States defeated Australia 2-0 to advance to the knockout stage after just 2 games here. They got another one to go, and they're already in, and they'll play a third place tie-breaking qualifier team, so they're going to, be favored in that first game in the knockout stage. Let's not get too cocky here. You got to temper it down. They've only beaten 2 so-so teams here, but looked incredible doing it. So can the United States get going here and have their best finish ever in World Cup history? Don't talk about winning the World Cup right now. That's funny talk. But why not win 1 or 2 games in the knockout stage? Why not make history at home for the United States? They can go a little deeper maybe than people are thinking. We did have the United States here on the morning steam yesterday at minus $1.70. So, yeah, we're riding a little bit there with the USA. Homering it up. I don't care. We don't care. We're going to take it and go with the United States here, at least in that game. We'll see in the next games. In fact, the thing is, they're going to have a game really to relax, if you will, or maybe work on their health as well, as they didn't have their superstar yesterday for the game. Anyways, it was in the end 2-0 in favor of the United States over Australia there to win the group there and look terrific in doing so. And Socceroos just okay. They'll get another chance. They have a win, so we'll see what happens elsewhere in that group. Also, it was Morocco taking care of Scotland. I think we nailed it here on the morning steam, giving out the under yesterday with Morocco and Scotland in the 1-0 victory there for Morocco. Got it early, held on, didn't let Scotland keep going. I also mentioned maybe taking the team total under there for Scotland, but no doubt Morocco was able to do the job there yesterday, and I thought they would. I didn't have a public play on them, probably should have, but definitely Morocco, the better team there over Scotland. Hopefully there was enough beer after the game to satisfy all the Scots, the Tartan army here, and hey, they'll get their last chance as well. So we've got a key game there coming up in that group as well. It was Brazil over Haiti there, 3-0, as they were able to pretty much crush them there. I did try the under there in the first half, but Brazil with multiple goals there and get the win over Haiti. I thought it would kind of be a game where maybe, just maybe, Haiti here would have a chance to stay within that 3 number anyway, but it did not quite go that way in that one, and it was a 3-0 final there yesterday for Brazil. Still kind of my pick there a little bit as far as which team. Make no mistake here, Argentina and Brazil. Argentina maybe more so there over Brazil as far as which team to take here anyway as in the World Cup. My futures bets anyway, my two big picks right there, they are on Argentina and Brazil. I rolled with the Western Hemisphere teams, if you know what I mean, and gonna kind of roll with that still, but we'll see what happens there. The other teams are looking pretty good for sure. And in the final game of the night, there late, it was Paraguay with a little bit of an upset here over Turkey there yesterday. And so Paraguay, a very, very key victory for them in the World Cup, getting that win 1-0 over Turkey and boosting their chances with an all-out win. Turkey is done pretty much now in the group. So Paraguay gets the win. We have 4 incredible games coming up today. Sweden and Netherlands, Ivory Coast and Germany, Curacao and Ecuador and Japan taking on Tunisia, rolling with the World Cup today. Also, Major League Baseball, there are 14 games there. We know where Razor told us the sites that are taking the day off today, it'll be no game in Kansas City because you got the Curacao and Ecuador game at Arrowhead Stadium. You can't use both stadiums at the same time. There's only one parking lot. They share the parking lot, the Arrowhead Stadium and the K. So you can't have a baseball game there if you're going to have a different event there, a big event in the stadium. That's okay. 14 games will do us just fine. There's also 3 games in the WNBA today. We'll talk about those as well. And 3 games in the CFL. I'm on a roll right now in the CFL, and college baseball series championship series starts today. It's a best of 3, North Carolina and Oklahoma. All right, we'll talk about some of the games from yesterday here real quick as well in Major League Baseball. Let me know how you did yesterday. I want to say hello to some folks in the chat joining me here. Get ready for a big sports betting day, including this afternoon. I want to make sure this evening you join us here on the Sports Money Network. Join the guys for the companion stream coverage of UFC from Las Vegas here. We got a great card coming up today, including that main event between Manel Kape and Koji Horiguchi. Flyweights, top 5 contenders today from the Apex here in Las Vegas. Manel Kape comes in having won 7 of his last 8 fights coming in, including 3 straight, a round 1 KO win over Brandon Royval last December as a big favorite. So Kape, the top 2 contender in the flyweight division, up against Koji Horiguchi, the number 5 contender in the division, and he comes in with a 9-1 record. His career dates back actually to 2013. He's been off in other fighting organizations over several years. He's only come back for a couple of fights so far in the UFC, but he is a top-notch fighter. He won twice last year, including a unanimous decision win over Albazi as a big favorite. So the winner is probably going to fight the winner of the Van Pantoja fight later this year. These two actually met back in 2017 in Rizin, and Horiguchi won that one by submission, won it big by submission there a long time ago, though, 9 years ago. So check it out, flyweights tonight. And we've got some other fights tonight as well, some good ones here, including Ian Kudalaba and Navajo Sterling in the second-to-last fight. Also, Andre Fili, Vinicius Oliveira, featherweight battle in there, and some others, including Michael Aswell Jr. in action against Gaston Bolaños on the undercard of the featherweights. I mention it because Michael Aswell has been a guest of ours here on the Sports Money Network before on VB MMA Picks. Hey, if you want to get ready for the fight card, why not check out the program here underneath the live tab. We had taped earlier this week with Liam Picks Fights. Yes, the Liam's Army was here this week as we previewed the card here for Fight Night. So make sure you check it out before the fights and get your handicapping started here with UFC Fight Night. And If you want to get more picks from me, including my picks in the UFC tonight, go over to winnable.com/Ramon. I'll be sending out my UFC card here and probably a little while after the show here, several hours before the card tonight. I'm already ready to go. Here are several of my picks today. We won't preview them here on the show, but you can check out the video with Liam and BB and I, and also get my picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium picks here from me on my sports money premiums over at winnable.com. Someone at the end of this show is also going to win 1 month of picks here. Yesterday, who won yesterday? Oh, who won yesterday? I might have forgotten to put the month on. I'll go back and figure it out. I got time. I'll have time. I'll have time today to do that. So check it out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM. All right, should be a great day here, including the fight card today. So make sure you check out the guys at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific for UFC Fight Night. All right, some action here from Major League Baseball. Good card there yesterday. And, we had a few winners here on the show for sure, including we had the Giants and the Marlins first 5 under there yesterday and had the winner in that one, as it was. The Marlins in there and the Giants yesterday, 4-3. Marlins were able to pick up that win. Also yesterday, we had the winner first 5 under, and the Brewers and the Braves yesterday is a pretty good game there. Mizorowski hit another milestone pitch going for 104 again in the game, but the Braves actually got the win there last night. Also, we had the morning steam winner here with the Rockies yesterday against the Pirates on the run line. Didn't need it. Colorado got the win, 4-3. Morning steam winner, White Sox and Tigers game to go under yesterday. We had that one as well. We had some good winners here. Guardians and the Astros here yesterday was Astros actually got the win there yesterday over the Guardians. Couldn't win them all here on the show. Also, Athletics over the Angels yesterday in a wild one there, 12-11. They got a walk-off. Yesterday I was in the end of the games there last night. We had the Angels and the Athletics were playing. They were in the bottom of the 10th inning. In the Dodger game against the Orioles, they were in the bottom of the 9th inning. And at the same time, Max Muncy was up in both games. How did he do that? That was amazing, and he played a key role in both games. Max Muncy of the Dodgers, Max Muncy of the A's. They were up at the same time. I was watching the games there, and I'd never seen. We know they have the same name player on those teams. In fact, I've actually listened to a game here in Las Vegas, or watched a game on Las Vegas where they played. I believe Muncy was on. Muncy of the Dodgers was on a rehab, and I think they played in the same game one time, if I'm not mistaken. But here it was funny to watch on TV as he was up to the plate. Max Muncy of the A's and Max Muncy of the Dodgers in the same. Right at the same time yesterday. So we did have the winner here also, Boston and Seattle game to go under yesterday. I think they had that in the first 5 there. Also, morning steam winner with the Cubs there, the afternoon game. They blasted Toronto. So a pretty good day. We did lose. Reds and Yankees game under was 5-0. Yankees shut them out there yesterday. Also, Rays and Nationals. Yesterday, there was a little bit of pitching hijinks there as the Nationals scrapped there. They pushed Cavalli back there for one day. Tampa ended up getting the win 5-2. Washington was a little flat there yesterday. Padres lost to the Rangers. It was 6-5 after the first inning. Finished 9-7 as the Rangers were able to get the win. Also, Cardinals and the Royals. Royals were able to get the win over the Cardinals again, 6-5. They'll take the day off today, as we said. Minnesota, their loss to the Diamondbacks, 9-5. Dodgers did get the walk-off as well, 6-5. They were down 5-3 going into the bottom of the 9th inning and got 3 runs. They won the game there in walk-off fashion. Also, WNBA yesterday, well, Liberty never a chance. Washington covered that spread. We won it there. First half yesterday was our pick. Washington first half brought it home there last night. Winner here on the show. Toronto and Connecticut. Tempo went on for the victory there in that one. And Minnesota and Golden State, it was. Minnesota winning again over Golden State. Things were going so good for Minnesota. The big story coming out of that game was the fact that Olivia Miles played the worst game of her career, and they still won because that's how good they are. So can't believe. Never say Olivia Miles played a bad game. Okay, she just didn't play a good game. Also, Hamilton last night over BC. We saw Hamilton kind of smash them there in the first half. We did take the first half there with Hamilton yesterday on the show, and they really crushed early. That was the biggest blowout of the season there in the CFL. It still wasn't a bad game. BC was coming back in the end. But in the end, it was Hamilton getting the win there. Okay. Good to see everyone here in the chat, and we're ready to probably go here and get the proceedings started because we got a lot of action. Royal Ascot watching a couple tennis finals here right now, tennis semifinals going on here right now. Fritz and Zverev in a good one. Nakashima and Cerundolo also going at it. Emma leading Golubic here right now as well. We've also seen a couple of finals come in. Buskova defeated Pliskova there, and earlier here in a good match early on in the action here today on the ladies' side, we did see
Steam play.
Sabalenka and Pagula in Berlin, but the rains came in that one, so we were interrupted, I think, there in that match. So also, as I said, there is if you want to get down on some gambling right now, why isn't Razor on right now during Royal Ascot this week? He's only the hardest working man. You guys are always, it's wrong when they say I'm the hardest working guy. Come on, Razor is. But why isn't Razor on right? We have the big race coming up, though, in just about, I think it's an hour. Maybe it's an hour, maybe an hour and a half right now with the Jubilee Stakes there with Jolie Star and Satono Rev. Going at it, Lake Forest also, I think, in their big race coming up at Royal Ascot today. 1.3 million, I believe, on the line. And that's probably the featured horse racing attraction is the Royal Ascot here. Also, don't forget, by the way, U.S. Open here right now. Can anyone catch Wyndham Clark? I have a feeling they will, but he's got a 4-stroke lead right now. And we'll see with the tougher placements today here on the. We said it might be tough to go under par for this whole tournament right now. There are 10 golfers, 1 under par or better here right now. And Ken Wyndham Clark right now, Zverev is actually getting visited here by the training staff. We'll see if there's a problem. He is trailing here. Fritz 4-3. He is serving, but they are. But right now, Zverev is getting some attention from the training staff here in the match. Okay, man, is that all we can talk about here before getting into the previews here right now? Zverev is going to go with the training staff back to the locker room here right now. So Zverev is going to walk off the court. I don't think there's a problem here. I don't think he's quitting at this point. All his equipment is still back on the bench. Let me say hello to everyone here as we get the show started here today. Nick Handy is going to get us started here with Max Meyer and Sharpie talking a little yesterday, talking about those pitchers there with Schlittler and Sasaki there yesterday. And thank you to Sharpie for being here today. Maybe you got some more for us today. We got some nice aces going on. I think we've got the pitching situation figured out in some of these games where, like I said, the Nationals kind of moved up. Cavalli here. Kane is here today. Blake is here. Robert is here today. Hello to everyone in the chat. Jim Duweiger as well. And Jim said, what is going on in the CFL right now with these games? Every game, 6 of the 7 games have gone under so far. Jimmy D, very upset because of that. Here's New. We might get some action here, and Nuke says he likes Oklahoma to win it. Well, we'll get to I do have a preview set up. I don't know if I'll go very long on it because Nuke's given us a play. I will say I have North Carolina in the series, but just because I took them before the regionals, so I'm kind of on North Carolina no matter what. But I do know that Oklahoma's playing and hitting terrific here. They are an underdog in the series, but I do have that 12-1 bet on North Carolina. So, but Nuke giving us Oklahoma here, and Nick talking about the Nakashima match here with Cerundolo. Gerardo, hello. I want to say hello and welcome to Kevin Hawthorne. He's joining us from Lakeland, Florida today. Thank you, Kevin. Great to have you here in the chat. Nuke as well. He's got Netherlands and Germany in a parlay here today. And Jim watching a little bit of Royal Ascot here. I think we're on actually the main NBC here today. Get your top hat and tails on. Let's go. Wouldn't you like to see Razor? We could have a thumbnail with Razor wearing the top hat at Royal Ascot there. All right. And Jim talking about Clark there. All right. Let's I think we can get started here right now. Let's get going because we got so many games, and we're going to try to preview a little bit of everything. Just talk about all the things we can bet on here today. I think we've talked about just about everything here right now. So the Hardwick Stakes coming up here right now next up at Royal Ascot. So we have some great programming in the background, and it looks like we may get the women's match started here. I see the crowd is in place now. Boy, I took a little bit of a nap. I was watching that game and said, I'm going to go to – that's why I was surprised when the when the match wasn't there. Jim says he has Clark in pocket there. But look, a 4-stroke lead here. That's pretty good. I mean, the thing is, if everybody comes back down, I mean, Clark has the most cushion, right? As long as he doesn't put up some real south number on one or two holes, if everyone kind of molds down a little bit, I'm just saying, if the course is tougher here, then Clark is the best to survive when you have a 4-stroke lead like he does right now at the U.S. Open. Okay. Let's get going here with all this sports going on right now here early. Let's get to the soccer here in this one. You saw Nuke there talking about this one with Sweden and the Netherlands here. Where do we have a graphic here? I think we have some kind of graphic here, don't we? Let's just see how the graphic department did. I took it easy on them. I didn't give them as much instruction. I said, let's get the odds up there if we can, and maybe the groups. I don't even know if they got it right, but I think it looks okay here. The Energy Stadium in this one with the Sweden and Netherlands here. Sweden comes in 1-0. Of course, they looked absolutely terrific considering they were playing Tunisia, but man, they look like World Cup champions out there in that first game. Netherlands, meanwhile, probably played one of the more exciting games of the first round, that 2-2 game against Japan here. We'll see the other team from Group F here as well. But Netherlands favored there in the Asian handicap, 3/4 of a goal and $1.45 or so on the money line. The total 3 under 20 or 25 here in this one with Netherlands and Sweden. I've been following the Netherlands a long time. Really been a fan of this team. I've got a bunch. I got Netherlands gear. I don't know why. I mean, other than I used to host those teams a lot back when it was a little bit tougher to watch games like Euro Championships, for example, where it weren't exactly on every channel like it is now, and have to bring in the games back in the old satellite dish. I'd bring those in and put the game on for the fans, and they gave me all kinds of Netherlands shirts and hats, and you'd think I could go to the game and I'd look Dutch. But I do know as a kind of a pseudo fan of the Netherlands. I know they're kind of a big time choker too, or just when you think they're good, just when you think they might have their peak moment, that's when they kind of fold though. Meanwhile, Sweden, I thought looked terrific. I mean, I understand the level of competition was not as serious for Sweden here. But like I said, hey, nukes on them, nukes on the Netherlands here. So, they are favored. Let's make no bones about it. Here in this one with the Sweden and the Netherlands, I want to hear from you in the chat as well. If you've got some bets for me to share on the screen here in this one, let me know. But no doubt, Netherlands is in a pretty big pressure spot. They coughed up that lead late. Don't forget. I mean, it wasn't exactly they were, thought they were going to win that game against Japan. Coach Koeman has already said he needs to do a better job of in-game management there, and maybe more aggressive pressing rather than sitting back. Kind of what they did when they had that lead. So, but it could be a different strategy against a team like Sweden. Sweden was impressive in that 5-1 game. This is a major class jump for sure. You know, Netherlands is going to have a technical edge. They'll probably be better in the midfield as well. So they just kind of clean up that transition, that defense that even Japan was able to attack. Sweden's attack is dangerous. It's not like they got lucky or anything with Isaac and Goikers as well. So I don't think I'd want to lay anything here with the Dutch. But like I said, you saw Nuke there kind of pulling them on in here a little bit. And I don't know. I really like Sweden. I might have maybe I got carried away in that first match there against them. Netherlands, the 2-2 draw. So Netherlands still has not kept a clean sheet now in 5 straight international games in the run up here in their first game as well. Sweden scored 5, but they have not kept a clean sheet in 12 straight games right now. So maybe there will be goals in this one, considering that both teams kind of been giving up goals overall. So interesting to note that these guys kind of give it up here. The total is 3, so it obviously is showing that maybe it will be kind of a higher scoring game, but both teams have enough attacking quality in my mind to also get it done here. So let's see how you have it in this one with Sweden and the Netherlands. I'll go to the chat here. Netherlands needing a win, obviously, here. Sweden, you want to win. If they could get at least 1 point, that would be huge as well. It's Netherlands that has the pressure here because of the tie that they had. Hello to VAR today. Sweden money line, both teams to score for VAR. He likes Sweden here. But Jim's on the Netherlands and the BTTS as well. Bobby Mack, Netherlands first half money line. Gerardo here, Netherlands. That's a lot of Netherlands support. Really only VAR was on Sweden here. Amalin here for Gerardo is an anytime scorer. Fernando, it's a good place here when we got Fernando and Gerardo here. They don't like being lumped together, but come on, these guys are our OG soccer kings forever. Sweden team total over here for Fernando. I love that. I love that. I love that bet, Fernando. I really like that bet at plus 200. I got to tell you, that really stands out to me. And Nuke says if Netherlands doesn't win this, they aren't going to win the group. No doubt about it, Nuke. I mean, they need the win. They need it. Period. I don't even know about winning the group. Just kind of, you got to fight to get in here right now. You better get the win, not another draw for Netherlands here. Okay. I'll tell you what, most of the group on the Netherlands here, Fernando, obviously with that Netherlands team total over, I don't think he's taking them there, but I like Sweden. I like Sweden in this game. I like Sweden just with these odds here, maybe a plus half a goal at even. I'm on Sweden here in this one. I was thinking Sweden for a premium, but I'm going to go with it here on the show. I want to let everyone know that I like Sweden in this game. I probably got too carried away with their last win, but I'm going to go with Sweden for sure in this one, and I'm going to play that. I think that bet that Fernando and said it. Two goals at plus 200, or maybe their team total over, or maybe a first half over there in the game. Maybe first half over in the game. Maybe Sweden over in the first half. I like Sweden only because I think I know the Netherlands. I mean, but you know what? The funny thing is, this isn't usually the game where the Netherlands would choke. They would choke when it was on the line. The thing is, they probably would win this one to set it up, and then we don't want them to be out. I don't think I want Netherlands to be out. I want them to advance. Okay, let's see. Fernando could be a wild 3-2, and Jim says, difference between playing a team like the Netherlands and playing a team like Tunisia, big difference there in that one. Okay, everyone enjoy that one. That one is at, I think the times are right there, 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific. All right. Let's go to another. This sounds like a good game right here with Germany and Ivory Coast in this one. What do you get when you cross Ivory soap with Coast soap? You get Ivory Coast. All right. Let's see what you got here in this one with Germany. Just a 1-goal favorite. I think a modest favorite. I think Ivory Coast gets a lot of respect with their talent and their, quality of players here, I think, for sure. Germany did lay down the biggest marker of the tournament in that 7-1 win over Curacao. And this line's maybe reasonable here if you're looking maybe on Ivory. I don't know, because the 1 goal, obviously, solid chance at something like a push on the handicap here. But Ivory Coast are talk about a step up in competition. I think even more so, Ivory Coast, I would say that the step up from Curacao to Ivory Coast is greater than the step up from Tunisia to the Netherlands here, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. I'm just trying to make a little bit of a comparison here, I think. Ivory Coast proved their defense there in the 1-0 win over Ecuador. But Germany here, their form is through the roof. Difficult to kind of fade these guys right now. The problem with Germany is, they're not that finely tuned defense that we're used to for some reason. Germany's been conceding some goals really in the run-up a little bit. And I think over 90 minutes, they should own the tempo of play here and the set pieces and all the different technical aspects. But Ivory Coast is a formidable opponent here for sure. Germany's attack is pretty much humming there in that game against Curacao. But again, you were taking on, like I said, I think Curacao is a little below Tunisia, aren't they, in the FIFA rankings there? So Ivory Coast has the ability to get kind of one of those late goals, I think, a little bit as well. Maybe that extra goal that they need, maybe they could earn a draw here in this one. Wouldn't that be something? Draw here at plus 375. So I kind of like Ivory Coast to kind of stay in this one, but I know I respect Germany a whole lot. I mean, you got to still consider them here, even if I would say, Germany probably not the overall favorite that they might be in some World Cup versions here. I think they're kind of, I'm not saying they're overlooked, but they're not in the, if you have them, what do you have them? 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th a little bit here. I don't think anybody's got them, up there with those top few. If you do, that's fine. They're Germany. They can prove themselves here. Germany have scored 3 or more in 6 of their last 10 wins. So this one 2-1 here seems very plausible. I mean, that would be right on the spread. But I don't know if Germany gets the 3-1 or 4-1 here against Ivory Coast. Now, maybe it does go over here, but I think Ivory Coast has a chance to stay in there. I'd almost ramp up the total a little bit just in case. I think it's a situation where if Germany's winning 3-1, Ivory Coast could get a second goal against Germany. So maybe over for me here is going to be, I'm going to look to go over here in the first half, I think is my play in this one. I'm going to go over first half with Ivory Coast and Germany, Cote d'Ivoire against Alemania. Let's see here. I'm going to doctor it up here and go first half over here at well, 1.5 goals is plus 135. I'm going to try that. I'm going to go over in the first half at 1.5. Maybe the Asian handicap might be the way to go there at 1.25 goals at about minus 105. But I'm going to go over first half with Ivory Coast and Germany. Let's see here. Any other? They've resumed play here now with Sabalenka and Pegula. Sabalenka trying to win this set here to try to send it to a third set. That's what happened when they resumed play there. Did she just win it? Did she just win the second set, or they're in the tiebreaker? I just looked up. They went to commercial. Okay, here we go. Ivory Coast for Gerardo. It says, make sure you get that hook, though. Maybe pay a little juice and take Ivory Coast. Jim says, could be the upset of the day. Ivory Coast, they got a lot of international quality players on Ivory Coast. Germany to win and over for Barr. BTTS for Robert. BTTS for Fernando and over. I gotta like the BTTS here. It's pretty chalky, but you could put it up with something there. BTTS and over there for Gerardo as well. Look at that. How amazing is that? Gerardo and Fernando both BTTS and over there. Are they right on? Is he acknowledging it, or is he saying, yes, we like that? Okay. Enjoy that one now. 2-1 final, says Fernando. Yeah, that would be boring because then everybody's bets would probably push. Oh, Blake just added. So, like when you see it right there, Blake, when it's right in the middle. So look at look back on the Netherlands-Sweden game up here. Let's see, up on this one, okay, where it says the Asian handicap. So when it says minus 7.75, when you say you take your $100 bill and you say, give me Netherlands Asian handicap, they're going to take $50 and put it at -1, and they're going to take $50 and put it at -0.5, and you're going to get basically you're betting 0.75. So if they were to win by 1, you'll win your bet at -0.5, but you'll get a refund for your -1 bet. So you'll win and you don't lose on your push there. So we can dig into it a little more with this next one as well, because coming up next will be the game in Kansas City that we talked about here. So you can't have a baseball game when you got the Kansas City Stadium here with they have to call it this, by the way. FIFA will not allow you to call it by the name of the name of the stadium. That you cannot use the names of the stadium. And now only place where they said you can use the name of the stadium would be on the roof of the Mercedes-Benz dome, because they couldn't take off the logo on the top of the dome. So that's the only place where they can appear. Curacao and Ecuador here. Most important for both these teams. They're both 0-1. They really can't even afford a tie against one another. One of these teams has to go out and win the game, it feels like here. Well, Ecuador is a huge favorite. And I don't know. Maybe they don't deserve to be. I think everybody looks at Curacao, the 7-1 game. Curacao did a nice job in CONCACAF, and against a team like Ecuador, I don't think they're 2.5 goals worse than Ecuador here. Now, okay, they lost 7-1 to Germany. They're one of the weaker teams, certainly in the World Cup. These are the problems with inviting so many teams. Really, they're not really totally qualified here. Actually, I think we expect the quality of the bottom teams to get better as the World Cups roll along here a little bit, but in this one anyway, Curacao lost 7-1 to Germany. Ecuador lost 1-0 to Ivory Coast. So it's going to be most important for Ecuador. Let's just, I think, call it like it is. If somehow Curacao stays in this game, and you know what? I think they might here. We could see Curacao, maybe they could get a draw out of this. It wouldn't help either team. If they get a draw here, both teams are probably going to still be in trouble. I guess the winner of the next game could get in there for a third placer, but we'll see about that here. But let's see how you have it. Ecuador here. Their coach did say that he does not want this game to be like Germany, Curacao, and or doesn't expect it to be like them. Here, Ecuador is in desperate need of those 3 points after the late loss to Ivory Coast. Remember, it was like 5 or 6 minutes into stoppage time. And this one, you figure Ecuador, even if they do score, they're going to immediately go kind of into maybe a defensive shell here. I don't know if I expect very many goals in this game, actually. So Ecuador might be stuck on, a 1 or 2-0 final here, possibly, if Curacao cannot score. Curacao did give up 7. I don't think they're giving up 7 here in this one. Ecuador is not Germany. And but CC's comments, though, does make it seem like they're going to be playing tight. Ecuador here, they need the win more than they need a statement game here. They don't want it to get any chance that Curacao sneaks in there and gets a draw. So Curacao needs to protect, defend, and then get lucky, basically, to shorten the match and, not only avoid embarrassment, but maybe they can get a goal here. Maybe they can steal a draw here, but they would need it probably to be 1-1 if that were indeed the case. But again, I do not think that there's that much of a talent gap here when you're talking about the decline for Curacao going from Germany to play Ecuador here. Ecuador is a great, good country. They got experience, certainly. Maybe not like some of the CONCACAF teams in there, but I'm sorry, the CONMEBOL. Talking about Ecuador here, the CONMEBOL teams in there. So let's go to the comments right now. See what we got. Okay, here we go with your comments and picks in the chat. Okay. VAR here says Ecuador BTTS. And the VAR said that was great for the United States. They ended up winning the group already. Man, what a great situation for these. It's all fallen into place kind of here. Robert does like Curacao here, plus 2.25 goals. I got to think that Curacao can hang here a little bit against Ecuador. I'm not really seeing Ecuador as a team that's going to be anything more than just trying to win here. I'm liking first half under, plus under full game. Fernando says here, Ecuador and Japan for a little parlay there for Gerardo. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to try Ecuador. I'm going to try them in the first half here in this one. I think, 2.5 for the game. So I think for me, I'm going to look to take Curacao here in this one in the first half. Yeah, I might even bend it up here a little bit and lay a little bit of chalk in the first half. Curaçao's getting 1 goal at -1. I'll just do that. Give me Curacao plus 1 goal at -$1.25 first half in this one. I'll take Curacao here. I really would like to take him at plus 1.5 in the first half. And, maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll find an Asian line here because Curacao is a -190 at 1.25 goals. So maybe I could do that. So Jim's, let's see, who was it this? Blake said, thanks for explaining. So see on this one there with 2.25. So you take your $100 bill and you want to take, say I'm on Curacao. So I get $50 at plus 2 and then $50 at plus 2.5. Maybe I'll take my chances on that one or the 1 and the 1.25 line there. And 3 goals. Man, they're expecting goals today at the World Cup. Let's go to the late game now with Japan taking on Tunisia. Whoops. Let's put Tunisia's record in there. Let's have a uniform graphic. Here we go. All right. Okay, so Japan and Tunisia and Japan. Hey, look, that was a nice job by Japan to get out of there with a 2-2 tie against Netherlands. That was technically a good result for Japan. Now they're favored here against Tunisia, and you guys talked about it, right? Where does Tunisia lie? Well, there you go. That's kind of where it lies right now. Japan a whole 1-goal favorite here in this one. I think that if you guys are going to talk bad about Tunisia, then I'll just have to take Japan. I mean, you guys obviously don't have a lot of respect for Tunisia. I just think I like Japan here maybe in this one, but maybe I can get a little creative with these guys here in this one and see what you think here with Japan as a 1-point favorite. This one's in the Monterrey Stadium in Mexico. So Tunisia was, of course, destroyed by Sweden 5-1, as we mentioned. And you know what they did? They fired the manager. They've already fired the manager. They fired him after the first game right here. I mean, you talk about firing a guy on a tarmac. You got to wonder if they even let him get back to the hotel. They said, just pack your bags and head on back. That's not good. So Tunisia has a 3-match losing streak coming in. They've lost those games by a combined score of 11-1. Japan, that was a great result for them for sure. Against a good European side. They looked good with they looked the part here. We know Japan, they come in a pretty good defensive team, but that was a high-scoring game. I went under in that game, but it did not go under. But just the fact that Japan is putting so much pressure on, it feels like in the second half, really, it feels like that's probably a bad sign for Tunisia, considering what we saw from them. Now, they are missing Kubo here, and that matters, but Japan still has more depth here than Tunisia, whose defense looked pretty fragile there, and Japan probably has enough rhythm to get at least maybe 2 goals here, maybe team total here for me on Japan there. I'm going to take Japan on their team total over in this one. Give me Japan here to go over their team total against Tunisia today. I think they can get to 2 and maybe even ramp it up here a little bit. Maybe they could get a 3rd goal. Tunisia did look pretty bad, and I think that's going to help Japan here to get to their goals here. Over 1.5 for Japan is minus $1.25, and that's what I'm going to go with. But I also, over 2 is plus 160. Boy, I'm going to have to get a little bit on over 2 goals also, I think, with Japan. I like their team total over in this one. Look, Japan may look to control the match if they get the early lead here, and I'm sure that they will. And if they lead Tunisia, really their competitive matches have had BTTS, to be honest. So maybe it will be 2-1. That would be a push, but I could see it. I guess the goals are coming today here, so we'll see. At 2.5, I might have a premium. I might be subscribe to the premiums. We might have a premium in there. Let's see what we got. Japan for bar here. He says they win over 1.5 goals and take over 4.5 corners here in this one. All right. This one feels like it's at the least attention from the cappers here anyway. So we might get ready to move on to baseball here if you guys are ready. And enjoy the World Cup here today. Games all day long. Should be awesome. They've moved on to the third set. Pegula, Sabalenka won the second set here. Third set, now Nakashima, Francisco Cerundolo, and Sasha Zverev did come back to win the first set despite some discomfort there against Taylor Fritz. I've got Fritz in that one, so I'm not happy about that. Also, Emma Navarro just beat Golovic just moments ago and sent my premium pick down to a defeat there. I had Golovic +4, but Navarro won by 5. Darn it. Robbie Mack says Japan first half money line. Okay. I'll keep it moving here right now. We're going to go to Major League Baseball. And we got a 14-game card here to look at. And let's get ready to go to the action here in the major leagues. And we'll start off here. A couple early games here on Saturday. We got the Tigers taking on the White Sox here with Sean Newcomb going up here against Trey Melton. Melton, promising prospect here for Detroit here. And for the White Sox, Sean Newcomb in here. He's kind of just a bit of a opener here in this one for the White Sox. I believe the White Sox have some pitching plans here in this one today to kind of change things up right now here with Newcomb. He's the opener. Newcomb's a veteran left-handed pitcher, but just a 2.76 ERA, but just a small number of innings so far. So he'll be opening here, but I believe it's just a bullpen game. I don't think there's a designated guy coming in after that. You're going to see Brian Hudson. You're going to see Grant Taylor, I would think for sure here for the White Sox, and then just go from there. Melton promising here, 2.8 ERA and a 3-0 record and a 1.01 whip. And he's looked pretty good. Low walk rate as well. Diz coming off of his worst start of the season against the Twins, but he actually gave up some runs early and actually looked pretty good after he bounced back later in the game. He's usually better against right-handed hitters there, and the White Sox have kind of a mix, but maybe slightly more bats from that side. Melton did face this lineup at the end of May, pitched 7 innings, gave up 6 hits. They're as solid as he's been. The White Sox should be able to have a little bit of success of him. Melton doesn't really mow guys down necessarily here, but Tigers have been solid at home. We know that. It's just that they struggle on the road. Let's see what you have in this one. Today here, Major League Baseball. We're underway with the baseball segment. And you're welcome to comment in the chat, and then I'll show your picks on the screen here as well. And I make a pick on each game. We kind of go over each game here on the morning steam. If you're joining us here for the first time on the show, we got 3 dozen of you riding with me here on Saturday. And White Sox a little bit weak on the road, that's for sure, with their numbers here. White Sox come in just 15-23 on the road. Detroit 19-16 here. Seems like a pretty decent price actually here in this one. You know, Chicago is 23-15 to the over on the road, and that's where I'm going to go. Give me the over here in this one of the White Sox and the Tigers today. I'm going over. It says on the screen there, I think the total actually might have moved up here to 9, definitely. I'm showing 8.5 under there. That ain't the total anymore. This thing got steamed. It's 9. It's 9. It might be shaded to the under at some books, but it looks like it's 9 here at a lot of books right now. And that steam came in, and I'm going to go chase this steam. I'm going over here in this one. The White Sox and the Tigers here on Saturday. Let's see what the chat had to say about this one. We got some picks now rolling in as we start. Oh, Nine Legacy's got a little bit more soccer in there with the Ecuador money line, Germany money line over as well. Sweden winner drawn over. Thank you to Nine Legacy. Robert here is on the White Sox on the money line. Cash Kane is liking the under here. Kane also says could be some weather conditions out there. Ramon, be on the lookout in Detroit today. More weather conditions out here today. All right, let's see here. White Sox, run line for Nine Legacy. White Sox, team total over. And Bar in here says White Sox, team total over. Yeah, I'm showing right now. I don't show any chance of rain in this game. Basically here, they do have some wind from right to left. 13, 14 miles an hour, and the temperatures today in the mid-70s. White Sox money line here for Blake. Next up, the Reds are taking on the Yankees. We saw the Yankees win 5-0 yesterday, and here comes Will Warren, 3.46 ERA and a 7-1 record here for Warren. The Reds could not get the offense going. Andrew Abbott, 3.95 ERA and a 4-4 record for Abbott coming into this one. So see what you have here, but you got down the Yankees here, typical $1.90 favorite or so in this one here today. Warren has been pretty hot here for sure. Cincinnati just 1-7 in their last 8 road games, and the Reds bullpen hasn't been doing much either. So, will the Yankees just get off on another win here? I mean, they really shut them down yesterday. Never got anything going. I tried the Reds, thinking, well, maybe today, maybe the Reds can get something going here, but it's probably a pretty poor matchup, I would think, for Abbott here in this one. But let's see what you have here with these two. I'll probably just take the under here in the first 5. I'm going to take the Yankees here in the first 5 in this one. And lay the half a run here with the Yankees. A little bit of juice for sure, but I'm going to take the Yankees in the first 5 in this one. Actually, -1 run at minus $1.10. Give me the Yankees first 5 here against the Reds today in this one. I just can't do it with the Reds right now. I tried them yesterday. Belly for a home run for Kane. Yankees for Kane in here. Bar likes the under, and Blake says Yankees run line -1.5 in the first 5. Get a little plus money action there. Okay, next up here, we've got the Blue Jays taking on the Cubs. We saw yesterday, man, the Cubs really hammered the Blue Jays up. Pagula's going to win that match. It looks like she's up 4-0 here in the third set. Sabalenka, she'll have to rally again somehow because Pagula dominating there in the third set here to maybe pull this one off. How about that? Okay, the Blue Jays here taking on the Cubs in this one. Patrick Corbin. It's Patrick Corbin Day. 4.57 ERA, 2-3 record. Colin Ray, 5.35 ERA. We're getting ready for the big race, by the way, there at Royal Ascot today. Ray, 5.5 ERA and a 1.48 whip here in this one. So Toronto taking on the Cubs here on Saturday at Wrigley. Ray's ERA is pretty ugly, isn't it? But the Cubs here have won 6 of their last 8. Toronto has struggled historically at Wrigley Field, believe it or not. They've actually had their troubles here. They only come in here every other year, but nonetheless still have shown a losing record here overall when coming to Chicago anyway. So maybe over here. You got Corbin and Ray. These guys got some high numbers. You saw 16 runs there yesterday. You already see here. Now this one is a little different here. The weather actually, oh man, it's quite nice here. Wind 4 to 6 miles an hour, mostly right from left to right center a little bit there in this one. So I think the Cubs might have a pretty decent advantage here actually in this game against Toronto. You got Vladdy here. We just saw the injury reports kind of start to come in here a little bit, even more updates right now. And let me get it straight if I can here, because we did see Vladdy here on the list, and also Ernie Clement as well. So they lost big yesterday, and they might be without Vladdy here today, although his status, I believe, is possibly improving. It was a back injury. He left the game, but is questionable here right now. And Ernie Clement also questionable here in this one. So, yeah, it seems like the Cubs here in a pretty good position. Yeah, the pitching is a little weak for these starters. Let's go over in the first 5 here. I think we might use the Cubs today again after the big win yesterday. Let's go over first 5 for me here in this one with Toronto and Chicago. I'll take it over 5 runs. Okay, let's see what the chat says here. Anything in the chat? Yankees here for Robert. They're in that Yankee game. Oh, Pagula 5-0 here. Cash Kane, Blue Jays. Bars on the Jays. Cubs first 5 for Blake. Terrell says, hello, good morning to Terrell. Jays over team total here, and straight bet winner. Get that in the bank. And Robert here, liking the over. I think you got to be thinking over here for sure in this one, it feels like. Okay, let's keep it moving here on the Morning Steam Show. We're going to get through all these. We got some other games to look at. I don't know if Nuke left, but man, Nuke leaving us hanging there on the CFL today. Nuke, you out there? Padres and Rangers here. Walker Buehler goes for the Padres, going up here against Nathan Eovaldi. It was 6-5 yesterday in the first inning in Texas, of all places. Finished 9-7. So maybe we can see a little better pitching here in this one with Eovaldi and Buehler. But Eovaldi, 4.2 ERA and a 6-7 record overall for Buehler, 4.14 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. He comes in with a record of 4-3 in this one. Man, I tried the Padres yesterday and it didn't work out. And, this one a little cheaper here right now at $1.30 here at some spots. Maybe it's a little bit higher here, but this might be a little bit better price actually for the Rangers today. And I was pretty disappointed with the Padres' effort there, and they keep laying an egg here in games they need to win right now. So Padres here are 19-17 on the road. The Rangers are 18-17 at home. But the Rangers still 13-21 at home to the under. Padres 16-20 to the under on the road. 32-41 to the under overall here. Eovaldi's going to be the better starter of the two, I think, here with just more experienced. Buehler is the kind of a guy who's, I don't want to call him on the scrap heap, but Padres aren't really too invested in him. Eovaldi here, with these two in the top tier bullpen, you'd think that maybe they could keep this one down. It's just a little scary after 16 runs yesterday here. So I'm just going to go under in this one at 7.5. Give me the under here, Padres and the Rangers today. I'll say they won't get 16 runs. Pagula is serving for the match here. Or I'm sorry, she might break Sabalenka here for the match. Texas money line here for Blake. Robert's going under, but Barr is going over. Sabalenka puts a winner down, trying to salvage things here. Nine Legacy says Reds money line, Rangers run line, Blue Jays money line. Thank you to the chat. Keep moving on here. Another good one coming up here with the Brewers taking on the Braves today. You've got good pitching matchup here with Kyle Harrison. 2.46 ERA, 8-1 record for Harrison. Brewers have lost 2 straight. Meanwhile, for Chris Sale, 2.3 ERA and a 1.05 whip. Man, really solid pitching matchup here with these two. Harrison has really been terrific for the Brewers, no doubt. Man, you got to think this one's going to be a good, low-scoring game early, possibly, with these two, huh? But let's see what you think here. Who's going to win the game between the Brewers and the Braves? Braves were able to get the win there yesterday in Game 1 of the series. They knocked them off there 3-2 in a good one. Let's see what you guys have. I know the Sharps are pounding the under in this one. It probably should go under, I would think. Probably just go under full game. Pagula just won over Sabalenka just now. And hello to Techni in there. No problem, Techni. We got you here. Braves money line for Bar and Blake going with the Brew Crew here. I think, yeah, Brew Crew here. Brews there in that one. Give me the under in this one between Milwaukee and Atlanta. Probably not. Probably no value left in this one. It feels like everyone thinks we're going to see a pretty strong pitching performance here, I think, between the Brewers and the Braves with Harrison and Sale going. Sale at home with not only Sale at home, but backed by the best bullpen in baseball right now. And Milwaukee, great form on the road, 20-13. Braves are 23-13 at home. So Braves are also 12-21 to the under at home right now. So Brewers are real strong on this real strong period, and made a good game of it yesterday. But the Braves were able to get the 3 runs. Milwaukee added a run in the top of the 9th inning in the 3-1 game there yesterday. So 2 quality lefties here, capable of kind of shortening this game and taking it into the bullpen, where maybe the Braves have the edge, but the Brewers aren't awful either. So good game here. And Techni here is on Milwaukee money line, but Robert likes the Braves in this one. I'll take the under here with the Brewers and the Braves. Giants on the road taking on the Marlins with Trevor McDonald going for the Giants, a 4.64 ERA, 2-4 record, 1.29 the whip here for McDonald. He's been okay, but Max Meyer here, 2.75 ERA. Meyer comes in with a 7-0 record here right now in this one, really having a great start to the season. He's been excellent. The Marlins are hot. They've won 6 in a row at home. San Francisco has always struggled for some reason here over the last couple of seasons against Miami. They've lost 5 of the last 7 against them overall. 5 straight games have gone under. The Giants bullpen the Giants bats seem to take a nap. We know the Giants bats are a lot better right now this year. I mean, they're practically one of the top offenses in the league. But can Meyer stop them, slow them here? Because Meyer has been really strong here right now, and McDonald, not so much. So let's see here. McDonald might be able to deal, though, a little bit here with Meyer in the early innings, I think, in this one. Let's see how you guys have it there in the chat. 4:10 Eastern. All right, let's see what you got here. I'll go check on the chat. All-Stars. Here's Cash Kane is on the Marlins first 5, and here's Bar says under 7.5, leading to that Miami money line. Blake says Miami there first 5 in that one. Miami first 5. Oh, I like that, Blake. I might have to steal that. 9 Legacy says Braves run line. Giants money line here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with that. I know it's going to be. You're going to have to lay the half a goal. The half a run. I'm pretty sure because of the Myers dominance here a little bit. Let me see what it is though. Half a run at -110. That's good enough for me. I'm going to take the Marlins here first 5 at -0.5. And thank you very much in the chat to Blake for that one. I'm going to go with that. I'm betting that right there. Probably like Miami here, but that first 5 sounds good because Meyer, I think he will be able to have a pretty good start here against this San Francisco, even against this San Francisco offense. They're flying down the stretch here at Royal Ascot right now, and this is going to be great. Of course, with Royal Ascot, you got 20 across the track pretty much, and we'll see here. But a great driving finish with 1 furlong to go. All right, man, exciting. It's a photo. Oh, it's a oh, it's a 4-way photo finish. Good luck with that. Marlins here on the money line. Usually, I'm good at looking at a race and knowing right away, but that one was tough. And the angle here at Toto, even with the super slow mo here. Oh, it's gonna be that horse on the inside. Oh no! Oh man, it's gonna be that horse on the inside by the sliver of the nose. I think. I don't think it's a dead heat, but anything's possible there. Okay, you don't see as many dead heats as you used to. I was fascinated when I'd go look at the camera when they, now it's a little different with the technology, but when they used to have the mirror and the camera and the photograph and how you'd look at it, and I was always fascinated by that. Okay, that's it for that one. We got some good bets in there. Let's keep them going here on the morning steam. Next up, we've got the Nationals and Cade Cavalli. Was he pitching 2 days in a row? Now, he got pushed back for this game as the Nationals kind of changed up their pitching plans late. Cavalli actually was sick yesterday, so, that could be a little bit of your handicap there. You think about it. Cavalli wasn't feeling too good yesterday, but able to make the start the next day. For Ian Seymour here, he's 3-0, 4.93 ERA, and a 1.28 whip. Cavalli's done a nice job, but his whip is up to 1.39 here in this one. You got to rely on the offense for sure here. But what happened yesterday to the Nationals and that offense? They could only muster 2 runs and a 5-2 win there as Tampa was able to get the win yesterday. And maybe they can do it with Seymour here. It's still, you got Tampa great at home. Here, right? 25-9 at home. Now, Washington's still one of the best road teams overall, 23-15, one of the best money-making teams overall. And Cavalli here, you see the overall record for the Nationals with Cavalli. They got the old pitching on the graphic there with Miles Mikolas, except I think they called him Wiles Mikolas. Come on, AI. AI is not the biggest baseball fan, I guess. Wiles Mikolas, he's not even pitching. Anyway, we know it's Cavalli here. He was sick yesterday. He's in here today. You got Washington, of course. We know one of the top offenses in the league. Make no mistake. Tampa, we know they can't hit the ball over the fence, but they still have a great team batting average. Just not great at driving in runs. Best contact team around, though, no doubt about it. The Nationals lead the majors in runs scored. We know that. So see what you think, though, here in the chat with this one. I don't know if I love the Rays form here necessarily right now with 3 straight losses before yesterday, but those were to the Dodgers after all. And here they're back at home where they enjoy. So give me the Rays here in this one with Seymour. I'll say maybe Cavalli, maybe not 100% here. How are you going to be 100%? You just were sick. You weren't too sick to pitch, and now you're going to pitch the next day. Hey, we've all been there. We know you can take a day off here. That was a great race, Mike. We're seeing the winner there, walking in there. Here is Kane. Nats first 5. Barr is on the Rays. And Blake here, Rays first 5. Robert under in this one. 9 Legacy says maybe Rays is not on because he doesn't want to interrupt the morning steam, but I think we could have done we could have scrapped the morning steam and done Royal Ascot. 9 Legacy, Tampa Bay on the run line. Let's keep it moving here on the morning steam. Next up, the Mets and the Phillies. They took yesterday's day off yesterday for the World Cup. because of logistics there. And the Mets come in still having won 2 straight. Freddie Peralta, 3.9 ERA, 5-5 record, and a 1.3 WHIP here for Freddie. Going though up against the man, Christopher Sanchez here. How are you going to stop Sanchez today in this one against the Mets? Now, the Mets have won 2 in a row, so watch out. For Freddie here, he has a 1.3 WHIP coming in also here for the Mets. Still just 8-15 as an underdog. More likely should keep an eye on this one on the run line. The Phillies are 21-33 on the run line as a favorite. They're also 13-27 on the run line at home. Mets, meanwhile, just 10-13 on the run line here. And, well, maybe the Mets could stay. I don't know. I feel like Sanchez, anytime you get him on here, Phillies have lost 2 games in a row right now. They lost to that Miami. They won the series against Miami, but lost game 3. Let's see what you think here, Mets and the Phillies in this one. Sanchez, a 1.82 ERA. Philadelphia has really dominated this series at home of late against the Mets coming in. Philadelphia has won 5 of the last 6 at home between these two teams. Phillies won 7 of their last 10 at home here right now as well. And Phillies actually lost 4 of the last 5 overall against these guys. So let's see what you have here in this one. But, yeah, I don't like the Mets' chances very much here. I'm going to take Philly in the first 5, actually, in this one. Give me the Phils with Sanchez here. First 5 for me in this one. I'll go ahead and lay it here in the first 5 at a half a run at -130. Give me the Phillies here -0.5 in the first 5 here on Saturday. Go to the chat, see what you guys said. Here we've got NYC Bar on the run line here. Also, Phillies here on the run line in the first 5, and the Mets on the money line here for 9. Legacy. Guardians here are at the Astros today with Cantillo going here, the lefty for Cleveland. Has a 4.37 ERA, 5-5 record. Cantillo, 1.49 WHIP. It's done a nice job, but it's starting to get a little bit, I don't want to say fatigued. It's only the first half, but, he won a spot here, and they're sending him out there for his turn every time, but the numbers are starting to go up a little bit each time. Meanwhile, Arrighetti here, 7-2 record, 2.57 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. Really outstanding here right now for Arrighetti. They are about $1.40 here in this one, but Astros have won 3 in a row here all of a sudden. Cleveland's lost 3 of 4. Yesterday it was 9-3. The Astros kind of got off on the Guardians there yesterday. They Cleveland actually led the game 3-1, but Pena homered, Altuve 2-run home run in that one. Pena actually had a 2 home run game in there. It was really the Pena Altuve show yesterday. Pena, how many RBIs did he have in that game? I gotta look it up. 3 only? Man, he was 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs. Seems like the highlights was all over the place there with Pena yesterday. Hoskins homered yesterday there for the Guardians in that one, but that was about all they could do. Is 9-3 Houston, and I would think they can handle them here probably again today in this one. But I do like Cantillo a little bit here. Maybe I can get involved with the under here in the first half in this one. I think Cantillo's okay, but it does seem to run out of gas there kind of quickly. I'll need a decent outing from him here. I think they can calm the Houston bats down maybe a little bit here. Cleveland just 3-7 in their last 10 games overall right now. Houston is 23-15 to the over at home, but I think Arrighetti can probably have a pretty decent outing here against them. Let me go under here in the first 5 in this one with Cleveland and Houston here. Under first 5, 4.5 runs, even money for me in this one. Okay, and let's see what the chat's doing here. We've got Astros run line here. for 9 Legacy. Cash Kane on the Astros on the money line here. Also, Cash Kane on the over. And Astros first 5 here for Blake. And good morning to Billy Siegfried in the chat today. Good to have Billy here. Thank you, Billy. Just saw Cerundolo there, I believe, with the win. Or I'm sorry, not Cerundolo. Yeah, Cerundolo won it. Yep, Cerundolo got the win there over Nakashima. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Don't look down. Oh, here comes more picks. Roberts on the Astros. And what about the Dodgers today? We'll get to that one for sure, Billy. And it says Seattle's got even odds here today. Blake says maybe that is the pick today. And what a Dodger game. What a Dodger game last night with a great comeback there in the end, right? They said they're not going to go down without a fight. Well, they went down with a big-time fight and got that rally there in the 9th inning, didn't they? Okay, next up, the Pirates with Paul Skeens on the road here. 2.85 ERA, 6-6 record, but he's in Colorado here, so Skeens has pitched one previous time in Colorado. It wasn't a disaster or anything like that, so maybe you can rest assured and trust him here. The Pirates make Kyle Freeland look like a good pitcher last night. They couldn't get anything going on him, so should be mentioned they look pretty bad against Freeland. Sagano here, 4.65 ERA, but his numbers have been worse over the last few starts for sure for Sagano here. 6.6 ERA, 1.67 whip, 306 batting average against, and a big-time FIP right now, and they're 14 FIP, so he's also been a little bit worse at Coors Field, which is shouldn't probably be a huge surprise given his pitches, but Pirates were looking pretty good against right-handed pitching, and they could get to Sagano with this offense. There's still a 500 team here coming in. The Rockies are still 18 games under 500. Pirates, not to be disrespected. I mean, you still got to put them in the top, at least top 6, 7, 8 offenses in the league. They continue to look pretty good. Skeens pitched at Coors once in his career. He gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings and 8 strikeouts. It was last season. The Rockies have done a nice job, especially at home with the lineup. It's just that they can't put it all together at once. When they have a good hitting, the pitching doesn't come through, and vice versa. They just can't seem to. That's a problem when you have a pretty good team. So maybe the Rockies could hang in here with. I'm going to take the Pirates here. In this one. Let's see what you guys got. Maybe a derivative is best. It might be too easy here. Wyndham Clark here says, Billy. And anybody like anything here in the golf? I had my picks this week. I'm okay right now because anything can happen with this tournament, it feels like here still. Cash Kane here, run line for the Pirates. Pirates might be due for a big win here. And I think we're going to have a weather delay here in Berlin again with these ladies here. They had just taken the court. Here, Robert here going over. Lau for a home run for Kane. And Billy says maybe the Rockies do go over here because they've been going under a lot. And maybe they'll turn around here with Skeens. Maybe we'll go opposite there. All right. Pirates here on the run line for 9 Legacy, but Blake is liking the Rockies on the run line. Billy likes Ecuador in that game today. Blake doesn't trust Skeens right now. And look at 9 Legacy says, look at that. They have a 5th in runs scored here for Pittsburgh. Wow, that's great. Pirates team total over for VAR. Okay, I'm going to go Pittsburgh here on the run line today with Skeens. That feels pretty square. You're probably not going to make a lot of money doing that every time, but today I'm going to here against the Rockies and say Skeens figures out Denver figures out the Rockies here. They are minus $1.35, so I'll take them here on the show only. Okay, give me the run line here today. I'll go a little bit $1.35. I'm not putting a premium in on that one. Okay, no premium on laying a 1.5 at minus $1.35, but we'll take them on the show. Okay, man, I had the Angels yesterday. That was a disappointment because, shoot, they were winning the whole game, and that was another comeback there last night with the Athletics. Good pitching matchup here, it seems like, with Walbert Urania. Has good numbers here, 2.8 ERA, 2.6 ERA coming in. Also, 4-5 record, but a 1.35 whip, just okay. But the ERA is still pretty good. Urania's done a nice job here. And I took them yesterday. I took the Angels. They let me down. They gave up the lead there to the Athletics. You know, the A's hit home runs in the 7th inning, 8th inning, and 9th inning, 2-run home runs in every inning and tied the game up there and went into extra innings and won it and beat me. JT Ginn looks good here, 2.9 ERA, 5-3 record overall. Man, two good solid starters here. There was a ton of runs there yesterday, but I think these guys can keep it under control at least here in the first 5. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go under first 5 here with the Angels and Athletics today. The total's 10 and now in the game, I do believe, which let me see what it says in the graphic here, 9.5, but I think it's 10. No, okay, it's 9.5 at most spots. One book has moved, one square book offshore has moved to 10 under. So a little bit of a move to the over here. Kane likes Kurtz there. And Billy says, what's going on with Milwaukee? They kick your butt and then they kind of are regressing here. Yeah, maybe they got a complacent here. That's still a pretty great record compared to a lot of teams, huh? 9 Legacy Angels money line here. Robert is going over though here in this one. VAR's going on the Angels run line. And let's see here. The Angels, you're just burning money if you bet on the Angels here. Yeah, but man, the A's here, such a big favorite. The Angels should have got it done yesterday. And man, you know what? Artie Moreno, just sell the team already here, Artie, can you bring back Gene Autry? All right. Billy's been dart throwing with Razor on the show. Oh, man, I got to check that out. You guys are having a great time with that on the Sports Money Gaming Network. Great job. I'm thinking about my own contributions to the Sports Money Gaming Network. Maybe I'll play host an online tournament on there. We could have a poker tournament, and I'll just show my table and narrate it and play, and then everyone plays. But I don't know how we're going to figure out how to do that. That'll be my contribution. I think that would work on the Sports Money Gaming Network too, right? We've got the darts, we've got other types of gaming, the shooting games and everything, and maybe I could do my poker. Blake here says Athletics first 5. Okay. Let me make my pick here in this one. I'm going under in the first 5. Ever since I got permission to go with the first 5 bets on the shows, I'm doing it more and enjoying it. It gives me a little bit of a sweat there. There in those first 5 innings. It allowed me to loosen up here a little bit. So anyway, I will take the under here in this one with the A's and the Angels at 5.5 runs at minus $1.30. Okay. We're almost done with the baseball here. Having a great time with you guys. How about the Red Sox taking on the Mariners here? Man, the Red Sox, they were the pick of the Sharps yesterday, and boy, were they right. And Boston was, struggling, but man, the Sharps were all over Boston yesterday. And I don't know. I don't mind them here maybe again today, but let's see here with Emerson Hancock going in this one. Hancock comes in here, solid numbers, 3.27 ERA, 5-3 record. Connie Early is a great-looking rookie, 3.8 ERA, 5-5 record overall for Early, a 1.32 whip. He's done well. And maybe Boston, maybe just maybe, might have a little bit of That might be in the head of the Mariners here a little bit. Boston hasn't fared too poorly against these guys, I don't think, over the uh, years here. Boston's won 4 of the last 5 between these two. 13 of the last 20 have gone over between them here. Mariners have actually lost uh, 6 of their last 9. So I kind of like the Red Sox in this one at even money or so. Give me Boston here again. I'm going to come back on Boston again tonight. Yeah, I understand they're sitting here 30 and 43 right now. And, well, Mariners are just a game over 500. So they've been a big underachiever. We know that. Okay. Oh, Billy didn't do the dart throwing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Billy. I know I was going to do it on the Sports Money Gaming Network, but it is the World Series out here right now, pretty much in the middle of the World Series here. I've been watching it every night on YouTube. You can watch it at World Series of Poker channel. They used to have it behind a paywall for about 5 years here, but right, Billy says when you can't trust the bullpen. And 9 legacy here, Red Sox, but Blake says Seattle first 5. Okay, here we go. We got just a couple more here. The Orioles are on the road taking on the Dodgers. You got Trevor Rogers going against the Dodgers and Yamamoto. Look, Baltimore got it on the run line yesterday, against the Dodgers, right? Dodgers had to work for it and earn it. I do have Yamamoto going here. He's minus 250, so pretty high price here, but still pretty much a mismatch in the starting pitching department. Yamamoto might be able to control Baltimore here, but once again, Shohei Ohtani, I would say probably would miss this game. He's on the paternity list. Now, he missed yesterday's game. Ohtani could return. It's a home game. I mean, but you know what? I think he's kind of the player that maybe is afforded whatever he wants to do as far as his family is concerned. If he wants to stay 2 or 3 days, we'll let him. So we'll see. I don't think we actually know if Ohtani, he might still play in the game. It's not a big deal, right? It is a big deal. Congratulations. Could you imagine? I don't want to say, because maybe Ohtani family, they'll have a great family and maybe the family will have smart kids and they'll be world leaders or something, or engineers, or whatever the job of the future is here. We don't even know what the jobs are anymore. But I would think I'd go for professional athlete. Ohtani's wife was a volleyball player. She's like, and she wasn't even like one of the tall ones, but she's still very, very tall, and probably have some athletic kids. If I was Jimmy the Greek, if I was Jimmy the Greek, I might get in trouble there. If you have a large man like Ohtani and she's not a big woman. If you've seen her, she's a lovely woman, but she was a great athlete. And I'm sure their kids are going to be incredible athletes. In fact, AJ Preller, I think, already is starting to scout the baby. Okay, Yamamoto here, 250, a 2.5 ERA, 7-4 record, and a 0.84 WHIP. Trevor Rogers has never gotten it going here with the Orioles, 5.86 ERA, 3-7 record, 1.45 WHIP, but the Orioles hung in there yesterday. Maybe they can do so again today. I got to think we're headed for under City tonight. I'm going to go under with the Dodger game here, especially at 9.5, under 20. No, that's got to be a typo. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm still going under, but the total's 8. The total's 8. Okay. It's not quite 9.5. But give me the under here in this one with Baltimore and the Dodgers tonight. I am going under in this one. Dodgers come in on a 4-game winning streak here right now, and Dodgers are 16-22 to the under. Orioles are 22-13 to the over, but to get an over, you got to score some runs. Maybe this is going to be somewhere real low tonight, 3-2, 4-3, something like that. I think tonight, if Ohtani doesn't show up for the game. Let's see what we got here. Okay, NYC Bar is on Seattle. Mike is on the under. This might be, yeah, this is back to the. Did I not show the picks there from the Boston game? Did I really blow it? All right. Billy Siegfried, me and the Tigers have the same problems. No scoring. Scooble here for Billy. Or well, let's talk about Scooble from yesterday there. All right. Bar here. Dodgers run line. Caden says O's money line and over. Also, Robert's here, and he says O's on the run line there. I think the O's are going to hang in there in this one. And Billy didn't even know. He's like, I thought the World Series was over because the lady won. Well, she won, all those events there. But that was a good one. That was a nice one that she won. Boy, she's something. Imagine being them, right? I mean, you got, first of all, Alex Fox, and this guy's chiseled like a Greek god. And then he's got a lovely wife with an incredible personality. Okay, Yamamoto almost pitched a no-hitter last time out. Yep. Oh, basketball. You're right, Nine Legacy. I think it's basketball. And she was tall there. I think she was actually a guard. That's what it was. Thank you, Nine Legacy. Yeah, she was a basketball player. That's right. But, yeah, tall player. She was a guard, though, I think. Dodgers, Mookie Betts over and his 1.5 on his bases there. Yeah, let him have some time with the baby. Come on. You're only the Dodgers. You're going to win the World Series anyways. 9 Legacy Dodgers run line. Let's see. Shohei Ohtani, it's 2026. So hopefully, I don't mean to be morbid here. I hope I can make it to see Ohtani's kids play. I think I can make it. I'll probably be up there when I'm 80. Blake here on the under. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a pro when they're. Speaking of which, I don't want to get too off track here, but Bet's struggling here. Tony's wife dunks on him. I will mention this, that yesterday or the day before, Major League Baseball is probably going to go with sweeping changes to the player distribution system, changing the rules of the draft to eliminate high school players from being drafted. In fact, college player, you'll have to be now 2 years into college just to get drafted. We're really going backwards with that. But the major league, they're looking to get rid of the minor league system for the most part on some of those teams where, you know what, they're playing an old stadium. It's novel to go out to a game here in but they're going to reduce the number of teams again. College baseball is going to take over as the main developmental. I think there's kind of a reason why I'm not saying why the Giants went for a college coach, but because of the money, the college game is advancing rapidly here. You see how the college playoffs have grown as well. It's always been exciting, the College World Series, but things are changing rapidly there, and they're going to be changing the rules. No more drafting 50. You have to be 18 to be drafted in the from an international, from the international. So, because AJ Preller, he's got the phone numbers of more 14-year-olds than Wander Franco. Techney here is on the Cubs. All right, I'm waiting there. Okay, did I get my pick in there? Did I get my pick in there on that one? Let's go one more here. Twins and Diamondbacks here in this one. And we got Taj Bradley going up against Zach Gallen. Oh, boy. This sounds like, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe Bradley here. He's been so inconsistent. He was obviously on the shelf for about a month. Bradley, a 4.14 ERA. The Diamondbacks have been hot here, and they just stopped the Twins' winning streak. These two teams are actually playing pretty well here of late. Zach Gallen, though, 5.35 ERA, 3-5 record coming into this one. Arizona still 24-15 on the road, but I don't know. Yes, Arizona's won 3 straight meetings between these two teams, but I don't mind Bradley, I think, here in this one. I'm going to take the Twins here tonight. Whoops. I'm taking the Twins in this one at even money or so here tonight. I'm going to trust Bradley here to have a better start than Gallon, pretty much. It's not a it's just a free play on the show here. I think Gallon's ERA is ugly, though. The Twins at bullpen's worst probably in the league. I think they've moved to last here. It's pretty bad when you're even behind Colorado. But, yeah, Minnesota struggled on the road. I can't give you any trends that say they're 16-22 on the road. But I'm taking them here tonight, and maybe what could be a little bit of a crapshoot here. I'm gonna try the dog here in this one. Okay, here we go. Diamondbacks money line and over. Billy says, how about USA Soccer? You think, Billy? No doubt, man. It's been incredible. Incredible. And we've talked about it big time at the top of the show for sure. VAR here, Diamondbacks team total over Kane says Buxton did a home run. And Billy loves Go Cubs Go. And Blake says Twins first 5. And Techni says we got WNBA action coming up here in just a couple of hours. And he wishes that they could just start respecting Caitlin Clark. She barely touches them and she gets a foul. This is a conspiracy theory. And, yeah, we got some games in the WNBA. We'll preview those right now. So let's wrap it up here with baseball. And Billy thinks that Angel Reese plays a little too rough out there. And 9 Legacy is on the Diamondbacks on the run line. So I'm going a little bit of heads up there a little bit with 9 Legacy. All right, that's going to do it for the baseball. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the games today. Let's here, I think we've got a little bit of WNBA. Let's see. I don't know how the graphic will look here. I didn't proofread it. But let's get it on there and take a look. Shouldn't be too hard. We got 3 games here. There we go. I just said let's go with basic. We don't need all those crazy categories here. We just want to get the games on the screen. That looks better anyways. A little more crisp, a little more larger. I was getting too technical. Okay, Fever Dream. I got that Fever Dream. What do these guys play every game against one another right now? Speaking of Caitlin Clark, speaking of Angel Reese, why not on a Saturday? Enjoy this one here with the Dream. A favorite, and this one's on the move right now, folks. This one, the steam is coming in right this second. They're probably watching over there at the Don Best. So they said, hey, Ramon's talking about it. Let's send the note out right now. This game is being steamed right now heavily to the under. It is all the way down here to 175.5 right now as we speak. You can check it out. Look, I don't make this up because we're the morning steam. We have the tools right here. We see it going on right now, and this total is on the move right this second from 177 down to 176, 175.5 right here, right now on the more. I don't know if I agree with it, but right here, right now, the steam is coming in here on this game. No doubt, coordinated move. Every book is moving lower in this game here, and you're getting it live on the Morning Steam show. Atlanta comes in here. Both teams are pretty hot. Atlanta comes in here off of a win over Indy, 108-101. They just went for 209 points, but the Sharps are taking this one under right this second. And look, they played earlier. It was earlier in the season as well. In fact, not earlier. It was just, I say they're playing every game because they just played back on June 4th. It was 83-71 in that one. It caused me to go under last game, and then it went 108-101. So why am I going to go under now? Am I just going on the wrong total every time here? Maybe I'll just I kind of like the Fever in this game, but I lost last game with the Fever, and everybody was on the Dream, and I tried to be that guy. But I kind of like the Fever in this one. Maybe I'll just take him in the first half. I know everybody's going to be liking Atlanta here, but I like the Fever to come out and play off to a good start here in this one. So give me the Fever here in the first half. Maybe Atlanta will go on to win, but I think in a little bit of revenge here, let me try the Fever here plus 2.5 in the first half in this one to bounce back here a little bit and play a decent first half. Let's see if the chat's into the WNBA today. And, yeah, wouldn't that be sad, Billy? Because I don't like that because, if you're good enough to play, let them in, right? And Robin Young from also Barry Bonds, I believe they said, is he going into the College Baseball Hall of Fame? Is it? I thought he was already in, but I think I saw a note that said maybe he's going. Maybe I was reading something old. NYC Bar, he's already in, right? NYC Bar's on the dream here. Robert he's going under though. 9 Legacy says Fever on the spread. Kane likes it to go overtime. And we can rebuild them. We have the technology. I don't know if Jim is doing a $6 million man reference there. Blake here, he's going under 2. Man, you guys are all over the under in this one. Wow. Okay. And let's see. Billy might jump on at 9. There, Aaliyah Boston says Fever playing the dream and back-to-back, that Fever dream. Okay, next up. The Storm are taking on the Mercury here. 2 bad teams in this one, but nonetheless, a featured game here in the afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Seattle's been struggling. Phoenix has been struggling as well. Seattle's been struggling a little more than Phoenix, for sure. But let's see how you have it here in this one with these 2 teams coming in. Of course, Seattle, one of the worst teams in the league, 3-13 record coming into this one. Meanwhile, Phoenix is they're 4-12. So I don't know what you're expecting maybe with this one, but still, the favorite's got to be difficult to trust, I would imagine here. Seattle, though, a 3-13 record, but 8-8 against the spread, and they've covered 10 of the last 13 meetings actually here against Phoenix. So the Storm have lost 9 straight games, but they seem competitive enough to cover. If anything, Phoenix is not very good against the spread. They're 1-6 ATS at home, and 1-4 ATS is a favorite. 5-11 ATS overall. I think I got to try Seattle here. I'm going to go with Seattle. I mean, let me get them here as a free play. I almost want to put them as a premium, but that's pretty difficult to trust. They've lost 9 straight. Also, Seattle 4-10 to the under in their last 14 right now. Also, Phoenix 3-7 to the under in their last 10. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. Wow, I don't know if it's going to go under. Actually, Phoenix is 6-1 to the over at home. I'll just take I'll take Seattle here. Seattle's got a terrible offense. We know that, 77 points per game, but Phoenix is not a whirlwind defense here. That's, like I said, 6-1 to the over at home after all. Phoenix is averaging 81 points, so that's not, that's about right on the number there, 158, 159 or so. Neither offense has really shown much of a consistency to justify this total in the 160s, but I think against one another, I think the game does end up being a little bit more efficient offensively for the 2 teams. They're not facing a good defense against one another. So I think the shooting percentages will go up for 2 teams like this. I don't think it'll be a defensive half-court style game. I don't think they have that defensive intensity to do that. But I'll just try the Storm here, see if I got the tempo right. I hate to use the word tempo anymore because you're talking about Toronto every time. All right. Billy wouldn't put a lot of money here, but he likes Seattle over Phoenix because Phoenix hasn't been very good. And Griner, how come Griner's not having a dominant season there, huh? Storm on the spread for 9 Legacy. Robert likes it over here. And Billy says maybe Griner's not really into being a champion. Blake says both teams could lose. Blake says Storm +7 maybe here. All right. And Billy loving the Seattle grunge scene. Don't forget Pearl Jam. Okay, let's keep it moving here. We got the Sky and the Wings. Here in this one, our last game of the day here in the W with the Wings. Favored by 9 in this one. And, okay, I get it, but I don't know if I'm down with it. Yeah, the Wings are much better than the Sky here right now. The Wings are a good cover too. They've covered some nice numbers here. They're 5-2 ATS, but Chicago 4-3 ATS on the road. Chicago has lost 4 straight, but they've covered 3 in a row. I think that's what's going to happen here too. I think they can actually probably cover another number. They seem to be playing just well enough. I will say this: when Dallas wins, they cover. When they lose, they don't, and that's not saying they're favorites or underdogs in each, because they've actually been uh, uh, lost as a favorite and also covering their numbers when they are favorites. They also won as an underdog against Las Vegas in that big game. Don't forget. So I don't know. Maybe when Dallas wins, they're supposed to cover here, so maybe they will win by double digits. But I don't know. I think 9's probably too much. I need a premium though in there, so let me stick to the total. I think in this one. I'm probably if you probably get you probably get that one subscribers here. I think store money line for Billy back there, and it's your cancer. It under here for Bar and Blake. Yep, some sound, man, some great music there. What was I listening to last night? I was on a rabbit hole somewhere. What was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember now. Gosh, I might have to look in my YouTube history. Here's Wings -5 first half. Thank you, Johnny. I was really listening to something last night, right in that
Final.
genre there. I was right there. I was listening to some kind of rock and roll. Okay, that might be it for this. Let me get my play in here. I'll go over in the first half here with the Sky and the Wings tonight. Over first half here with Sky and Wings. Now, the Wings are a total under at home. I know that. 1-6 to the under so far. But, they're pretty much known, at least at this point, I think, for their offense. I mean, they are one of the most efficient offenses. They don't turn the ball over very often here. So I'm going to go over in the first half here with the Sky and the Wings tonight in this one. And the total there is first half at 84. Well, I don't think we heard back from Nuke. He must have taken off already, but we do have some CFL action. So I do want to get into that a little bit here and cover these 3 games anyway here. Then I'll let us go, and then the show will be over. But let me get to the CFL today. We'll just cover these real quick here. And here we go. And we'll start it off here with the Argonauts taking on the Red Blacks here. We got 3 games today in the CFL. Awesome. Did see the game last night, and Hamilton did win after all, and pretty much smashed there. So see what you have here in this one. Toronto taking on Ottawa. Both teams are 0-1 coming in here right now. Chad Kelly quarterbacking the Argos, Jake Mayer quarterbacking here for Ottawa. I think Mayer could have a pretty good run of it here with his passing offense. Now the running game doesn't seem that great here currently with, you do have Greg Bell, but we'll see. I mean, the one thing Toronto probably does is defense against the run pretty well, but the passing here could be one of the worst in the league, I think. I think Mayer has a pretty good game here, actually, and I'm going to take Ottawa here in this one. Give me the Red Blacks here in this one over Toronto here. Look, I think Toronto has the better running backs in this game. I think both defenses might have a pretty good situation here. Maybe under is the way to go, but I'm going to go ahead and take Ottawa here in this one, plus 2 points against the Argos in this one. Okay, let's see here. Robert is going with Toronto, and Jim says he's going to go under in the CFL. He's tired of this 6-1 to the over. It's got to go the other way. Come on. Billy Stein going on in Phoenix, their record. Ottawa here for Jimmy as well. and maybe the Toronto Tempo. Okay, let's look at the next one here right now. The Owls are on the road taking on the Elks in this one. Montreal looking great so far, 2-0. Man, they're a real what a team. They're not, to me, some overpowering team here right now. In fact, I'll give them the credit here. They do have a pretty good defense here. And uh, uh, also, I'm not sure that the Elks offense here is going to be good enough here to do anything against the Owls here with Cody Fajardo. His days have long gone by. We love Fajardo, but he's just not the same guy now. They do have a great running back here in Edmonton in Justin Rankin. He had an incredible game against Ottawa last week, 102 yards rushing, 94 yards receiving. Rankin is probably to me, probably the most exciting offensive player in this game. You got Tyson Philpott on Montreal. Okay, you got Snead still over there. I get it here. So I would think that Montreal is going to be able to do it here in this one on the road over Edmonton here. I got to think it's the Owls in this one. I'll lay 3 points with Montreal here on the road. Kind of tough because the home teams have done a pretty good job so far, but all right, let's see here. And thank you, Billy, for being here today. Last up, we've got here the Saskatchewan Roughriders taking on the Calgary Stampeders in this one. And I think probably for me, Saskatchewan comes in 1-0 right now, and got a Calgary team coming in here 0-1 at this point. Trevor Harris probably can have a pretty good game. He's got some great targets here for Saskatchewan, and Keyshawn Johnson as well, and real big production here from Samuel Emulus, who had 6 receptions, 91 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the Riders here in that opener. So, of course, A.J. Ouellette as well here. And Calgary's not going to be able to get much going on the ground against this Saskatchewan defense, but they are susceptible here through the air. I got to go over. This is one you got to go over here with Saskatchewan and Calgary. Give me the over 51. I know we were kidding there a little bit about got to take some unders here, but I don't think so in this one. I think with Harris here, probably have a pretty good, when you got some running with Ouellette in there, that's really going to open things up for Emulus. Also, don't forget Keon Schaefer-Baker also had a big game last week, 11 receptions for 165 yards against BC in that game. It was still 31-27 in that one, but Calgary's going to have some issues today, specifically defensively, I think, in this one. And I'll go over here with the Riders and the Stamps tonight. Okay, let's see. Marina Mabry in there. And let's see here. Robert liking me over here with me. All right. One more game to talk about and the show's over. We'll do the drawing in there. And Bar, usually CBS Sports Network has most of the games here. I didn't check today's TV schedule, but let me see if I can get that for you here real quick. I might have it ready and available here right now. Maybe I can get all 3 games here real quick if I can. Let me see here. If I can't, then we won't spend too much time on it. Saw NASCAR here in San Diego this week. I watched a truck race yesterday. San Diego looked beautiful out there. Okay. So just for today, the late game is on CBS Sports Network. If you want to watch the early games, you're going to have to either be in Canada. They also have a CFL Plus subscription that you can get, or you can go to those other streaming sites. But the 2 games, looks like the TV is a little bit limited in the U.S. The night game, though, is on CBS Sports Network, the late game. Okay, real quick here with our so Nuke did give us, I think, Oklahoma. So I'll just say, look, I'm on North Carolina to win the series. So I won't go too much into it here, maybe necessarily with the preview or go against that too much. I could still win if Oklahoma wins today. But good game here today for game one of the National Championship Series. Carolina does have the better pitching staff coming in. That's, I think, a fact. But Oklahoma, they're one of the hottest offenses in the country coming in. 43 home runs over their last 16 games, averaging over 7 runs per game. So Sooners have been having a great lineup here. But Tar Heels can hit. They got 12 runs against West Virginia. Owen Hall, he had 4 extra base hits there. And North Carolina's offense has been better than expected here in Omaha. That's why they've gotten to this situation now. In this game, DeCaro here, premier pitcher for North Carolina in this one. But Oklahoma's been hot. They've got a couple of freshmen here. I think either Mercurius or Weslowski. I didn't see which one is. I think one of those guys is probably starting. They've been good, but they are freshmen here. Both offenses have been carrying the momentum for sure, but the pitching is supposed to dominate in a series like this. But this one could get away. I mean, the total is 9 here. I think it could be more 6-5 than 5-4. I think here tonight, Oklahoma here, if they can, get a run early, and they might have. Yes, Carolina might have the pitching depth. Oklahoma's bullpen has been pretty good. They're both teams been pretty good. That's why they're here. But UNC just has to be patient against this young Oklahoma staff, I think. So I think North Carolina can actually win game one, but they're $1.85 or so. And I've got a 12-1 ticket on them to win the national championship. So I'm just kind of rolling with that. But to enjoy that, that should be pretty good today as well. College Baseball Championship Series. And that game is at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific here on ESPN. All right, it's going to do it here for the morning steam. Thank you, everybody there. And let's see here. Let's see. Billy says, can you name the best players in the CFL? Oh, yeah, Warren Moon was pretty good. I have one guy that I'm Doug Flutie, obviously, pretty good. My favorite player probably was Damon Allen, actually, from Lincoln High School in San Diego, one of the greatest CFL quarterbacks of all time as well. There, so some good guys. All right, let me do the drawing here right now and see what we got here. We'll do the drawing. Show's over pretty much, so let's do the drawing here. Oh, let me bring it up. 20 people commented today. Thank you, everybody. Got 50 of you riding, and let's see who wins. If you do win, enter the promo code WINNER at checkout, and that is how you will get signed up with me and get those picks, including my UFC coming out here in just about probably within the hour here right now. Let's see what we got. Winner today is Sharpie. Sharpie, you can have a free subscription lifetime if you want with all your great contributions to whatever shows we've been on. Sharpie might be listening in the background. Sharpie, you sign up with the promo code WINNER, you get a lifetime subscription. I might bury you. Joe Pow Pow. I mean, come on, that's my man right there. The Pow Pow, and the whole Pow Pow family. I mean, love the Pow Pows. And man, you can just, hey, I'm from San Diego. Okay, I'm down with the Oceanside Pow Pows. So, but what a quarterback and what a player that Joe Pow Pow was. And okay. All right. Let's see here. Anything else? Okay, thanks everybody. Enjoy the UFC, everyone. And I'll be back here tomorrow with more morning steam. Thanks a lot, everybody. Had a great show with you there. Hope we got lots of winners. We're back tomorrow for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.